let's see. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Work in Progress Wednesday. It is June something. 3rd. 4th? Is it the 4th? Okay, my watch date is wrong. Mimsy here. I'm going to give my daughter just a couple minutes here to get us rolling. I believe in you, Hannah. You could do it. I know, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time. Does it seem like it's rolling? Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's see if anybody turns up for this Work in Progress Wednesday. I don't really have, I've got a bunch of works in progress, but I'm just going to show you around a little bit of some of the things that I've been doing, and then talk about all the projects that I have upcoming. I'm super excited about the upcoming projects. I've got so many I'm really excited about. How's the sound on this? I have this microphone on and it's showing like it's on. It's good? Okay. Okay. Well, if you can hear me, let me know in the comments that you can hear me okay. I'm talking kind of loud, so now I'm wondering if it's too loud for this microphone because I'm usually projecting into my phone, which is far away. You could hear it, Hannah? Okay, good. We're good. Okay, so I'm out here on my, what I'm now calling my Florida room because I closed this in. It was a screened-in patio just a few short weeks ago or a couple months ago. And I completely closed it in. And I think the last time I did a work in progress, I think I did show a little bit of it, or did I show it in progress when I was actually, it was actually while I was working on it. Okay, so I didn't show it completely completed. I did do a YouTube video about it. So yeah. Anyways, so out here, my next project out here is to make Roman shades for all these windows. So I'm going to make a Roman shade for each one of the windows, not for the sliding glass doors. And I made one, and I just hung it up yesterday. I haven't even put a cleat in it yet. So it's just hooked to my table right here. And what I did, and I think I'll bring this in a little bit closer. And what I did is I went to the thrift store and I bought a whole bunch of 100% cotton king size and queen size flat sheets. I bought, because I need to make 11 Roman shades. I've got 11 windows that I need Roman shades for. So I'm going to use all those flat sheets. And this is one of them. And like I said, I just hung it and I haven't even tried to operate it yet because I was just training it. But what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put some sort of a trim on it because right now they're just white and I will likely not ever operate these. They'll probably always just be stationary and up. So they're trained pretty well already just from 24 hours of hanging there. They're folding back up pretty nicely. So that's good. I'll probably always leave them about this height or maybe higher. What I need to do is I need to work out the spacing of my rings better so that I can bring this up one more. Actually, not bad, but something's a little bit off with that top ring. So anyways, I'll work that out and then I'll continue down the line and make the rest of them. It takes a little while. These are unlined Roman shades, which is super fast to make because with a Roman shade that's unlined, you're just basically doing side seams and a bottom hem. And then you staple it to the board and that's it because there's no lining. It's super duper fast. The thing that takes so long is that you have to sew on all those rings. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings horizontally. And then of course, all the way down. So there's like 5 times and I've got them spaced about 6 inches apart. There's just a ton of rings. So that part takes a long time. But this is the fabric I was thinking about using for the trim. It's kind of hard to see because we're looking outside. So it's kind of dark, isn't it? No? Okay. So this is the fabric that I'm thinking of using to do some sort of a trim. And I don't know if you can see, but it has this stripe that has kind of a sage green and then two different light blues with an off-white background. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to cut this down the white part here to keep this stripe and then sew that onto the sides and then possibly across the bottom of the shade just to trim it out, you know, like right here all the way down and then across the bottom, just to give it something rather than it just being plain white, because this is kind of the color palette that I have out here, this green and blue combo. I have it on my ottoman and on my pillows. Let me show you that and I'll show you how that looks. Thank you, Hannah. So I reupholstered this ottoman in this floral fabric. Are you okay holding it? And I think it works. It's got this color and this color work well with this, although this is white and this isn't. I think it works. It'll be fine up on the windows because my curtains in the corners are white as well. And then this is another, so my curtains, I'm planning to get more of these are IKEA Ritva curtains that I customized by lining them, and then I put a butterfly pleat header in all of them. And then I mounted them on these, the IKEA curtain track, the IKEA hospital curtain track. So it's super easy to open and close. And I did not join them together. And I purposely left them unjoined so that if I wanted to move them around in here, like in between the windows or whatever, I have that option. I do need to shorten them. They're too long, but I'll get to that eventually. So that's another thing I've got to do. So then while we're over here, this swinging bed is another project. This is this is another curtain panel I bought at the thrift store, thinking I might be able to add this, but turns out it's way wider than the IKEA curtains. So I'll use this for something else. Actually, I forget. I had something else in mind when I picked these up, and then when I got them home, I was like, oh, maybe I can use those out there instead of buying more IKEA curtains, because these were like $6 a piece, and I got like 10 of them. But I'll use these for some other project, I'm sure. But what I was going to say is this swinging bed, I need to make a cover for this mattress. This is actually just fabric that's tucked in on here. So I do need to make a mattress for this. I mean, an actual mattress cover for this. So I need to pick out fabric for that. I have 2 of these bolster pillows, and I bought these at a thrift store as well. And they had these covers with broken zippers on them. So but the bolster pillows are these nice foam ones, and they keep their shape so nicely. So I'm gonna make covers for these. So I need fabric for that. And then speaking of I'll show you this. So this wing chair is a wing chair that a friend of mine gave me. And this was in my daughter's room, who's operating the camera for me right now. This was in her room for years, and it does have a nice slipcover on it, but it is very, very dingy and old looking. So I do need to make a new slipcover for this chair. And I bought some fabrics recently, and I'm kind of going back and forth on what I want to use on this chair. So this is another project. I'll be doing a full slipcover tutorial for this wing chair. So if you're interested in slipcovers, I've got that coming up. And then I'm going to back up to that chair. Let me grab my glass of water real quick. If you have any questions for me on any of these things, please put it in the comments and I'll answer your questions as we go. And if there are specific projects that you want to see done that you're wanting to maybe do at your house and you want instruction on it, please let me know. What's so funny? Oh, is she? Let me know, because I'll do those tutorials. Okay, so I'm backing up to these wing chairs, So these wing chairs I've had for a long time. I bought them from Facebook Marketplace and I got both chairs for $25. But they need to be reupholstered really bad. They're pretty dirty. I mean, they look okay, but there's a couple big spots on the sides of them. So I'm going to reupholster these, and this will be a tutorial as well. So I think I'll probably do this in stages. Maybe I'll do tear off and then rebuilding the chair and then the reupholstery part. But I do have a fabric that I think I'm going to use for these, and it is this. This is a Revolution fabric. So this is a performance fabric by Revolution. And I think I'm going to use this. It's a animal print or a cheetah print with kind of a bluish green background and then the beige. And then I'm going to do something similar to this on the outside. So I think that works really well together, similar to that. So this will be the inside of the chair, the cushion, and then, yeah, because I think it works really well with all of my other fabrics out here. Let me see that. Are you able to see it? Okay. Anyways, yeah, I think this works with everything out here. So so that'll be a full upholstery tutorial coming up. I'm going to hang a frame TV out here, so I'll be doing another frame for that. I'll buy a frame, a picture frame at a thrift store or Habitat for Humanity and do a new framed TV out here. And then these chairs, yeah, out here. Then the next thing is these chairs. I think I'm going to make a slipcover for these. And actually, I'm probably going to put these in my foyer. I had 2 chairs in my foyer that I gave away. And I'm going to, I think, make slipcovers for these. Even though they're not a perfectly appropriate chair for a slipcover, I think it would be cute to do a slipcover of like the arm and the top back, leaving this open, and then a bottom kind of a skirt slipcover with some sort of a ruffle or like a box pleated skirt. And then these will be in my foyer on either side of the buffet that I have out there. I bought this fabric at the thrift store the other day and I'm absolutely chuffed. I love it. It's a vintage Lee Joffa fabric. It's called Stewart Tree. And I spotted it and it was $4.99, but it was a red tag. So the red tags that day were 75% off. So I don't know, whatever 75% off $5 was, I got this gorgeous piece of vintage heavyweight linen with this killer pattern on it that I absolutely love, but it's not a big piece. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is making a couple pillows with it and then maybe do a contrasting welt, one of these darker blues as the welt for it. And then I think I'm going to use these pillows on these chairs in my foyer with some coordinating fabric as the slipcover on these chairs. So I'm excited about that project. Actually, I kind of like the way that looks with this animal print. I was hoping, I put it out here on these chairs because I was hoping there was enough of this fabric that I could use this for the slipcovers, but it's not. These chairs are actually pretty wide from, they're wide to go all the way down. So it just is not quite enough, but I'll work something out with this beautiful, beautiful vintage fabric. So I think that's it for, that sofa. Okay, I'm going to bring you back to this sofa that I have here. So can you get so I bought this sofa from somebody, no, I might have got this at Salvation Army. I can't remember, but I got it. It was $79, and I just think it's so pretty. It's so, so pretty. And I don't think it works here. I don't think I'm going to keep it here, but it was so cheap and so beautiful. I just need to get a 5 or 6 inch thick mattress or cushion for it. I've been looking. I've seen them. I think what I'm going to end up getting is a memory foam, probably twin size mattress for it, and use that. And I'll wrap that with some Dacron, and I'm going to make a French mattress for this. So that'll be a whole tutorial, a French mattress tutorial. If you're interested in that, that's a specific technique where you stitch in the corners to make it look like you've got really fat welt on the mattress. I can't believe I haven't done a French mattress on my channel before, because it's such a cute, just a really classic and beautiful technique. The only reason I haven't done it is because with a French mattress, you can't take that fabric off and wash it. So that's why I've never done it in my house, because once you put a French mattress on, it has to stay there. And I like, things in my house get dirty so fast that I like to be able to unzip cushion covers and wash them. So that's why I haven't done a French mattress, but that's what I'm going to do here. So if you're interested in learning how to do a French mattress, that's what this will end up being when I find the appropriate fabric. I'm hoping to find a nice heavyweight linen for that. So I'll reupholster this. Obviously, this fabric will go away. I'll reupholster it and then do a French mattress on top of that. So, yeah. And then I'm probably going to sell it because it doesn't really work here. I think I would rather have some sort of storage all the way across this whole wall and then a couple chairs. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm going to take you into my guest bedroom and show you all the plans I have in there. So this room is all kinds of out of sorts. I'll show you when you'll see when we get in there. You want me to help you? Okay. Okay, so this is my guest room and guest bathroom, and it's kind of served as just like a storage room for the last, I don't know, for a long time. Years actually. I've had this, so I don't know if you can back up a little, Hannah, or maybe go over there so you can, so everybody can see this. Sorry. Okay, so the other angle of this room. So this has been in here for years, and it just sits here collecting all kinds of junk. And what this is this was 2 étagères that I bought at Habitat for Humanity. These pieces here were full height, and I cut them down because I'm going to make this my kitchen island. And I've been anticipating this project for years. I have not done it because my kitchen renovation requires me to change out the window. I have an old jalousie window in my kitchen, and it's 72 inches wide, but kind of short. And it's an old window, and it needs to be changed out terribly. And I picked up 2 windows to replace it, but my house is brick, and I haven't mustered up the nerve to replace that window with the 2 windows yet. So I'm very slow to do some projects because I have to really mull it over in my mind and figure out how I'm going to do it. And honestly, the thing that's holding me up on that mostly is not the brick on my house or busting open the wall. It's actually because there's some electrical in that wall, and I don't like electrical like that. I mean, I can replace some light fixtures and things, but having to move electrical in the wall and that kind of thing, I don't love it. So that's what's held me up. Anyways, this is going to eventually be my kitchen island. On to what I'm doing in here. Okay, so this bed, I'm not sure I would want to tell you about this. I picked this up one day when I was at Habitat for Humanity. I actually didn't pick it up in Habitat for Humanity. I was driving to Habitat for Humanity, and there was an apartment complex right next to it, and their dumpster was out there. And it was sitting against the fence, and I spotted it, and I was like, wait, whoa, what is that? And so I pulled over, and it was this bed, and it was like brand spanking new. And this was probably, what, like 8 years ago now? six years ago, 5 years ago. My daughter's put up her no. Anyways, it was a while ago. And it was the full bed and the, the upholstered bed frame, no mattress, of course, but all the whole bed. And I think I was driving, I think I had a truck at the time. So yeah, it was probably within 5 years. And I just put it in the back of my truck. And do you know that when I drove away from that dumpster area, Habitat for Humanity was like, I was like in the parking lot of Habitat for Humanity. The apartment complex was right next door. And every time I went to Habitat, there was always a ton of furniture at that dumpster or the garbage area of the apartment complex. And people were always picking up stuff from there. Anyways, they finally fenced it off so people couldn't do that, leave their furniture and stuff there. Anyways, as I was driving away, there was like 3 or 4 people in their vehicles, like stopped there waiting to see if I picked this up. And if I hadn't, they would have probably gotten it. Anyways, I know that's a crazy, crazy thing to do, but I left it in the garage for about 6 months to air it out and whatever. And I'm going to reupholster this. So I tell you that whole story to tell you, I'm going to reupholster this whole bed. And then I'm going to make a bed canopy. So I'll mount it to the ceiling, and the bed canopy will come down probably just above where the height of the bed is. And then it'll be like a boxed canopy. So like a boxed canopy here, and it'll be covering the ceiling. And then there'll be drapery panels on each side of the bed. So the drapery panels will come out past the bed, and I'll probably swag them back. And then these lights, I'm going to probably rub and buff them all gold, and I'll mount them up here inside of the canopied area, so that this is like a cozy fabric enclosed canopied bed. So, and all that fabric will coordinate. I'll have, I really want to do, I have this beautiful Linwood fabric picked out. It's a floral fabric, and I want to use that floral on the inside of the drapery panels. And then on the outside, I'll do something solid. And then I'll do a coordinating fabric upholstered bed. And then, of course, the walls I'm going to either paint or wallpaper. So it depends upon what I can find. I'm basing everything off of the rug that's on the floor in front of the bed right now. Can you pan down to the rug? It's a vintage needlepoint rug that I got from a good friend of mine who's was an interior designer. She gave this to me a few years ago, and I just love it. I love anything that's floral with a black background. So the floral fabric that I've picked out works really, really well with this rug. I absolutely love that Linwood fabric, but it's super expensive, so I'm trying to get a sponsorship from Linwood. So we'll see if that works out. If not, I will have to work out an alternative fabric, or just save up a whole boatload of money because it's really expensive, that fabric. But anyways, these are here because I had picked these up. I picked up 2 duvet covers in this beige striped fabric because it's just a gorgeous fabric and there's so much of it. And this was like $6. And I got this beautiful floral bed sheet that I think is just so pretty, and I'll probably do something with this pillows or something like that. Anyhow, but speaking of wallpaper in here, I would love to wallpaper in here, but it's very expensive. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a paint treatment that looks like grass cloth. I'm thinking that's probably going to be what I'll do in here. So if you're someone who is interested in decorative painting, stick around for that. I might be doing a tutorial on that. I've done quite a bit of that. I was a decorative painter in the 90s, early 2000s for years. I painted murals and did a lot of faux finishing, a lot of Venetian plaster, painted tons of kitchen cabinets, and just painted everything really. So I might end up doing that. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, I'm going to close up this door. So this door pretty much always stays shut, mostly because we have all this junk here, but we don't use that door. So I'm going to close that up because on the other side of the door is our hallway. And there's like a little alcove right there that I'm going to make into a closet. So I'm basically going to take the door off the frame and push it back about 4 feet to create a closet in the back hallway there, and then just close this up with drywall, and that will give me space to put a nice side table here and potentially a chair here, and then I'll put maybe a desk there or a dresser or something like that. So this room is going to get a complete renovation overhaul, and I'm so excited about it because it's going to be a big, big change in here. So I've got to get this out of here. So those are the plans in here. So lots of upholstery, lots of making bedding, lots of curtain making, curtains, and a bed canopy coming up, tutorials on that. I will probably do a tutorial on moving that door. Definitely a tutorial on wallpaper. Oh, speaking of the wallpaper, I've got 2 other rooms that I'm going to wallpaper, and I've actually already purchased the wallpaper. I bought wallpaper on Black Friday, so it's been 6 months, more than 6 months. And I need to wallpaper my kids' bathroom, my girls' bathroom, and then I'm wallpapering my laundry room. So if you are somebody who's interested in wallpapering, let me know in the comments, because I know that most of you are here for the sewing content, sewing, slip covering, upholstering. If you're here for the like DIY stuff, let me know, because I'm really trying to plan out my content calendar for this whole summer and really for the rest of the year until the end of the year. I'm trying to plan out a content calendar, and I'm going to really try to focus it mostly on sewing, home decor sewing, and upholstery. So let me know if that's you, or if you're here for all the DIY stuff, like the patio renovation and the moving the door kind of a thing, because I don't know if I should include that or if I should just stick to the sewing. So let me know what you're here for, if you're here for just the sewing or just the upholstery. Is there a question? Okay. Was that Raina? Oh, hi, Amber. So good. Glad you're here. Well, all right. So I think that's about it. I feel like I've got so many projects that I'm super excited about, and I just want to start doing projects and recording, but I've been kind of at a standstill, a little bit of at a kind of I've been kind of paralyzed because I don't know if I should do DIY stuff on here, or if I should just stick to the sewing and upholstery. So anyways, I've been kind of dragging my feet at getting started on a lot of things. But all right, so we'll go ahead and call it a day there, and I will see you guys in the next video. And I am going to try to do another Work in Progress Wednesday live next Wednesday. I was super busy the last couple months traveling with for work, doing things, event type work actually. So I'm going to get back on the Work in Progress Wednesday train, and I'll be here every Wednesday with some sort of updates about what I'm working on. And yeah, so I hope to see you next Wednesday, and I will see you in my next video, which will likely be Saturday morning. I'll post a new video. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks so much, you guys, for being here.